In this month's video guide to the best digital SLRs on the market, I'll be taking a look at the Canon 7D. With the 5D Mark II already catering for the crossover between the pro and high-end amateur market, and the 50D heading up the top of the amateur range, it's difficult to see what the 7D has to offer that the other two don't. As Canon's numbering system would suggest, the 7D sits in the pro range, and with a suggested retail price of £1,700, it would seem to be aimed at the market presently dominated by the 5D Mark II. Checking out retail prices, however, shows you can pick up the 7D body for £1,300. Compare this with the 5D Mark II at £1,849 and the 50D at just £749. Although in the pro range, the 7D would initially seem to have more in common with the 50D, and this is partially due to the smaller APS-C size sensor and also the pop-up flash. However, you don't have to look far to find the 7D's pro features, and many of these are completely new to this model. Starting with its major strength speed, it's faster than both the 5D Mark II and the 50D, capable of shooting an amazing 8 frames a second. It also features a flash with a twist, improved focus and exposure systems, and it can even shoot HD video. When it came to design and features, Canon asked photographers what they really wanted, and the 7D's redesigned controls and features really do reflect this. The body, as with the 5D Mark II and the 50D, is made of magnesium alloy, giving it a good solid feel. It also offers weatherproofing against temperamental weather. Unlike other cameras in the Canon Pro range, the 7D only features a memory slot for a CF card. This seems a little bit strange, seeing as how the cost of these is considerably more than the now standard SD card, and is also a departure from other models in the Pro range. On the back there is a 3-inch Clearview 2 LCD, and this features a 920,000 dot resolution, a wide viewing angle and a solid structure for better viewing in bright weather conditions. A consistent issue with previous Canon models, now addressed on the 7D, was the on-off switch on the back. Now previously this was incorporated into the dial lock at the bottom of the camera. They've also added other controls and switches to activate the live view and video recording, and also a handy button to switch between JPEG and RAW shooting. The new menu button on the left provides you quick access to all of the camera's functions, and you can also use it to customise most of the buttons on the camera. There's a whole load of new technology crammed into the 7D's body, and at its heart is the 18 million pixel sensor, effectively 3 more than the 50D, but it does still retain the same 1.6 crop factor. This sensor, along with the dual Digic 4 processors, are capable of shooting HD video that is arguably better than that produced by the 5D Mark II. The reason is the smaller sensor that produces a greater depth of field, so perfect for creative filmmaking. The focus system is quite different to anything seen on previous models, and does take a little bit to work out, but once you've got the hang of it, it works fantastically well. The new system uses a 19-point AF that isn't viewed in the normal way through the viewfinder. The points only become visible when selected and locked on focus, and this is due to a translucent LCD below the focusing system. The 3 default AF selection modes are single point AF, zone AF, and auto select 19-point AF. Backing up the fast AF, the 7D is capable of shooting 8 frames per second, and at JPEG continuous shooting you can expect a massive 15 seconds. But if you're shooting in RAW, you can only shoot a maximum of 15 frames, so a little under 2 seconds. If you're a portrait photographer, the range of AF points should appeal, ensuring that your focus locks onto your subject's eyes. With a 1.6 crop factor and impressive focusing ability, this camera should appeal to anyone wanting maximum telephoto reach from their lens, so it's perfect for both wildlife and sport. When it comes to metering, as you'd expect, you have the usual mix: centre-weighted, partial, evaluative and spot modes. Although these are familiar, the actual metering system is new. The 63 zone IFCL meter takes note of brightness, colour and distance. Now Canon have done this to avoid underexposure issues when it comes to shooting reddish subjects such as skin tones. A further exposure enhancement is the ability to compensate by a massive ±5 EV, so great if HDR's your thing. One of the biggest new features has to be the HD video potential, and it's every bit as good as the 5D Mark II, even though the sensor size is smaller. As I've already mentioned, this is great for creative filmmakers because of the greater depth of field, but it also has a fuller range of frame rates from 24 to 60 frames per second. Going back to stills, the flash has a nifty new feature. Unlike previous pop-up flashes, it has a built-in speedlight transmitter, so it can control compatible flash units. In summary, the 7D is an incredible camera, finding its place perfectly between the 5D Mark II and the 50D. But if you're still wondering if this camera is for you, then consider the following. It's fast compared with both of the other models, so if you're looking for a camera to shoot sport or wildlife, then its shooting speed is of a definite advantage. Image quality is superb, and the new focus, exposure and flash systems work perfectly for portraiture. It might not have the full frame sensor of the 5D Mark II, but its focus system really is hard to beat. The 7D fills the price gap between the 5D Mark II and the 50D. If you can afford to go for the 7D over the 50D, then you do get a much better camera. The harder decision comes between the 5D Mark II and the 7D. There's the obvious price difference, but it really comes down to what you want to shoot.